you?
Oh, I can't complain.
How's school going?
Awful.
Oh, what's going on?
Homework, homework, homework. That's all I do anymore is homework. I mean, it's bad enough that I gotta be at school all day and do a bunch of stuff there, but then I gotta come home and do a whole big bunch more.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, at least the Thanksgiving holiday is coming up soon, and then you'll be getting a break for a few days.
Knowing my teacher, she'll assign a bunch to do then too. The worst part is that Billy doesn't ever have any homework. I wish I could swap teachers with him. Out of all the teachers in the 3rd grade, I got the worst one.
It's a shame you can't be in class with Billy. From what I've heard from him, his teacher, Miss Hall, seems really nice.
Yeah. Last Friday, Billy came home and said he had homework and it was going to take him all weekend to do. I thought, well, finally, it's about time. But then he told me what it was.
What was the assignment?
To have fun.
Well, maybe you should spend a few minutes playing outside when you first get home from school to take a short break before starting on your homework.
If the weather would ever be nice again, it's been cold and raining nonstop for days. I can't stand rain. I don't know why we gotta have so much rain all the time.
I think it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow.
Well, I can't go out and play when I get home from school anyways, Miss April.
Why not?
'Cause I got a bunch of chores I gotta do every day. I gotta vacuum the living room and set the table for dinner, clean up my bedroom, fold the laundry. Oh, and I gotta babysit my little brother, Booger Ray, so Mama can make dinner. Work, work, work. If I ain't doing homework, I'm doing regular work.
Well, helping out around the house is part of being in a family. Your parents work really hard and need everyone to pitch in.
I guess. But I don't know why I don't get to help feed the animals like Billy does. Billy gets to do everything fun.
Beulah, for someone who just said they can't complain, you sure are doing a lot of complaining.
Oh, I ain't complaining. I'm just explaining how horrible everything is.
I'm pretty sure that's the same as complaining. The Bible says to be thankful in all things.
Well, how in the world am I supposed to be thankful for homework and rain and chores?
Well, the Bible says to be thankful in all things, not for all things.
Ain't that the same?
No, to be thankful in all things means that no matter what's going on, even during hardships, there is always something we can be thankful for.
Like what?
Lots of things. For our family and friends, for our pets, for the beautiful things in nature that God has made for us to enjoy, for the food we have to eat, for feeling good and being healthy.
That reminds me, my finger hurts.
Oh, what happened to it?
Booger Ray rolled over it with his toy dump truck. How am I supposed to be thankful when my finger hurts?
Do all of your fingers hurt?
No, just the one.
Well, there's something to be thankful for.
Well, having a hurt finger sure does make doing chores a whole big bunch harder. I explained to Mama how it was hurting, but it didn't do no good. I still had to do everything.
That reminds me of another thing that the Bible says.
What's that?
Here, it's in Philippians 2:14. And it says, do all things without grumbling or complaining.
All things? Are you sure it doesn't say some things?
It says all. See here?
Oh, are you sure that's what it says in the original Greek?
Yes, every translation says something very similar.
Oh.
Did you know that there were some people in the Bible that complained and complained?
Like who?
Well, it wasn't Paul and Silas. They were singing when they could have been complaining. They were a good example for all of us, and we'll be learning about them really soon. It was the Israelites who repeatedly complained.
The Israelites? Does that have something to do with Israel?
Yes. They were all descendants of Abraham's grandson Jacob, whose name God changed to Israel. That's why they were called Israelites.
Oh, all right. What'd they complain about?
It'd probably be easier to tell you what they didn't complain about.
Oh, goodness.
They were all slaves in Egypt until God sent 10 plagues that convinced Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to let them go.
Oh, I remember hearing that story. If I was Pharaoh, I'd have let everybody go when all them frogs started hopping around everywhere.
I take it you don't like frogs like your little brother does.
No, I can't stand them. And one day, Booger Ray put one in my bed.
Yeah, I remember Billy telling me about that. I don't think he did it maliciously, though.
Deliciously?
Malicious. He didn't do it to be mean or to scare you.
Yeah, he said he wanted it to be able to rest because it had almost drowned in the kiddie pool. I don't know why it couldn't rest in his bed.
Well, maybe it was nap time and he had to be in his bed.
Maybe.
Well, getting back to the story, Pharaoh quickly changed his mind and chased after them. The Israelites were surrounded by wilderness on each side, with the Red Sea in front of them and Pharaoh's army coming up behind them.
What'd they do?
They complained. They said that Moses had brought them out there to die and they should have stayed in Egypt.
But they were slaves there.
Right! And God had already done 10 miracles to get them that far, so they should have trusted that He would continue to help them, which He did.
Is this when all that water split in two and they went through on dry ground?
Yes, God let them go through the Red Sea, and then He drowned all the Egyptians who were chasing them.
Well, that must have been a relief.
Yes, they were happy for 3 whole days before they found something else to complain about.
What?
They came to a place that had water, but it tasted really bitter, so they couldn't drink it.
Could they put some sugar or Kool-Aid in it?
No, they didn't have any, and it was probably unsafe to drink. They all began complaining to Moses that they were thirsty.
What'd he do?
He prayed, and God showed him a tree that he could put in the water to make it sweet.
Oh, I wonder if it was a maple tree. That's what you get maple syrup from.
Maybe. The Bible doesn't say what kind of tree God used for that miracle. But in less than a month, the Israelites were complaining again.
Now what?
They were hungry.
Could they whip up some cornbread?
No, there apparently wasn't any cornmeal or anything else to eat. But by now they should have trusted God to take care of them. Instead, they complained and said that they should have never left Egypt.
But they were slaves.
Yes, but the way they were complaining, you'd think they'd have left something really good.
Did God give them some food?
Yes, He provided quail and manna.
What's that?
Quail is a kind of bird, and manna was bread that rained down from heaven for them each morning. Manna is a Hebrew word that means, "What is it?" because they had no idea what it was until Moses explained that it was something they could gather to eat every day except the Sabbath. The day before that special day, they could just store up twice as much.
I wonder what it tasted like.
The Bible says it tasted like wafers made with honey.
Sounds like Nilla wafers that you put in nanner pudding.
They discovered that they could grind it up and make it into cakes.
And they could also make manicotti. You know, those pasta shells with cheese inside them?
I'm not sure you can make that out of the bread that God gave the Israelites to eat.
Oh, well, I reckon everything was all right now that they had food in their tummies.
Well, they eventually started complaining that there was only manna to eat. Then they came to a place called Rephidim where there wasn't any water to drink.
How about sweet tea?
That requires water.
Grape juice?
There were no grapes in the desert.
Hot cocoa?
There was nothing to drink, and instead of trusting God to help them, as He had been doing all along, they complained.
Did God give them something to drink?
Yes, He told Moses to strike a rock with his walking stick, and water came pouring out of it.
Oh, wow, I didn't know you could do that.
Well, usually you can't. It was yet another miracle that God did to provide for them.
Good grief, seems like they'd start seeing a pattern like, okay, we're needing something, then, oh, God's done helped us again.
Yes, you'd think so.
Was that the last of the complaining?
Not quite. When they got to the edge of the land that God had promised them, they sent 12 people to scout it out.
Is that the land with the milk and honey in it?
Yes. It had all kinds of good stuff, like clusters of grapes that were so big it took 2 men to carry them.
Oh, I'd have made some grape jelly. That'd make up some real nice PBJs.
Oh, yeah.
Did the scouts tell everybody how nice everything was?
Two of the guys did. Joshua and Caleb came back and reported how good it was and how with God's help they could defeat the people who lived there.
Did they get on in there?
No. The other 10 people described how there were walled cities with giants that lived in the land.
Oh.
Of course, since God had promised them the land, they could count on Him to help them because God always keeps His promises.
What'd the Israelites do?
They complained. They accused Moses of bringing them there to die, and they wanted to return to Egypt.
I'd have just zapped them if I was God.
Well, thankfully for them, and for us, God is very patient and forgiving. He did, however, tell them that all the people who were over the age of 19, except for Joshua and Caleb, would not be allowed to enter the land since they hadn't trusted Him.
Oh, they wouldn't get no grape jelly.
Nope. Everyone had to stay in the wilderness for 40 years until those who were 20 years and older had passed away. But during that time, God continued to provide for them.
At least they learned to quit complaining.
Well, no, they didn't. As soon as they came to a place that didn't have water, they once again complained.
Good grief, they were a big bunch of ingrates. That's what my papa calls people who don't appreciate stuff you do for them.
Well, it's important to realize that whenever we complain, we're complaining against God.
What? I ain't complaining about God.
Since God is the one who ultimately is taking care of us, when we complain, it's the same as saying we don't think He's doing that very well.
Oh.
It also shows that we aren't appreciative for all the things that are right in our life. Instead of complaining, we should ask for His help.
Oh.
And we should also be thankful in all things because no matter what's going on, there's always still many things to be thankful for.
Miss April, can we start over?
What do you mean?
Can you say hi to me again like we're just seeing each other?
Okay. Hi, Beulah. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain.
How's school going?
Good.
Good? You have no concerns?
No, school's great.
Beulah, not complaining doesn't mean you have to pretend that you have no problems. You can be honest while still having a good attitude.
Oh, let's try it again.
How's school going?
I got a whole bunch of homework to do every day, but I'm thankful that get to go to school and learn stuff. When I grow up and need a model of a plant cell, I'll know just how to make one. Oh, and when somebody asks me, hey, what order are all the planets in? I'll be able to tell them Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Oh, and sometimes Pluto. One year it's a planet and the next year it ain't.
Well, maybe you could spend a few minutes playing outside when you first get home from school to take a short break before starting on your homework.
I do like playing outside, but since it's been raining lately, maybe I'll start making myself a snack with my Easy Bake. That way I got something to look forward to every day.
Good idea.
I sure am thankful for my Easy Bake Oven.
I see that you brought your oven to church today and the light is on. Are you making something right now?
Uh-huh. I'm roasting a turkey.
A turkey?
Yeah, I should have started a whole bunch earlier though. Hezekiah helped me calculate how long I need to bake it. It's going to take 45 days, 9 hours, and 26 minutes.
Oh, goodness.
It takes a while to bake stuff under a light bulb. I reckon it ain't even going to be ready for Christmas.
Well, maybe for New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Miss April.
Yes.
I'm starting to feel better.
Oh, good. Your finger's feeling better?
No, it still hurts. But I'm not feeling all grouchy no more.
Yes, that's what happens when we focus on everything that's good in our life. Our problems become less important and less noticeable.
Well, that seems to be right.
If the Israelites had trusted God rather than complaining, they wouldn't have had to spend 40 years making a journey that should have only taken 11 days.
Good grief, they took the scenic route.
The scenic route without enjoying any of the scenery.
I like shortcuts.
Well, the fastest way to get through a problem is by asking God for help and not complaining.
All right, but sometimes everything that's wrong just pops in my head.
That's when you need to pop it right out of your head by choosing to remember how God has always helped you in the past and how many things you have to be thankful for.
Being thankful in all things, not for all things.
Exactly. We may have a bad thought come to our minds, but whether or not we continue to think about it is a choice we make.
Oh, all right.
Why don't you go take a seat next to Steffi so we can start class?
Are we going to eat a snack?
Eventually.
Play a game?
Yes, later.
Oh, but not now.
First, we're going to discuss some ways we can do all things without grumbling or complaining.
All right.